Many people don't realise that digestion begins in the mouth. I picked up the wrong one. And it's an alkaline environment. And one enzyme is lingual lipase. Underneath the tongue, there's a sublingual gland. And the sublingual gland releases lingual lipase. And lingual lipase is the enzyme that breaks down saturated fat. That's the only fat that it breaks down, is saturated fat. So saturated fat is unique in that the breakdown begins in the mouth. So what's saturated fat? Butter is a saturated fat. Coconut oil is a saturated fat. I was in Kuala Lumpur about 2 months ago. And when I flew into Kuala Lumpur, all you can see is palm trees making the palm oil. It's their biggest industry. And as I lectured, I talked about the palm oil being quite a good oil. And they were challenged. They said, we've been told it's a bad oil. Well, with the palm oil, it's an ethical issue because they're chopping down all the rainforests to grow palm trees so that they can make a lot of palm oil, because if you make chocolate with coconut oil, all you can taste is coconut. So they like the palm oil to make chocolates. And you'll see sometimes if you buy a chocolate, it's got there, it's an ethical chocolate because it's made with oil that is grown not in the forests or, you know, in areas where the forests were cut down. And you'll see that sometimes. But nutritionally, the palm oil is really no different on the body to the coconut oil. Shea butter, there are some healthy vegan desserts or chocolates that you can make using shea butter. So they're all saturated fats. Macadamia, that has some saturated fat in it. So that the saturated fats breakdown begins in the mouth. The other food that's broken down or starts to break down in the mouth is starch. And in the mouth, there's a salivary amylase that's released called ptyalin. And ptyalin begins the starch breakdown. And that's why when you're eating breads or pastas or rice, please chew very, very well, because the breakdown begins in the mouth. When we get down to the stomach, you will see that the stomach is an acid environment. And so when your ptyalin and your starch are mixed together, when they go into the stomach, that's actually put on hold. But as you'll see when we get further down, it starts again a little bit later. It starts again a little bit later, but if it hasn't had its beginning breakdown in the mouth, that makes it harder further down. Another reason why chew very, very well. If you're eating rice and you do 2 chew swallow, I can tell you right now that 80% of that rice has not been chewed. You've got to chew it very well. In a baby, there is very little ptyalin in the mouth. The first teeth that we get is 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom, and they're called milk teeth. And the reason why they're called milk teeth is because that's what should be baby's main food, milk. It's also taste time, and babies shouldn't be given any food till they can sit, they can feed themselves, and they've got a couple of teeth. But it's just taste time. What do you give them for their first food? Piece of cucumber, piece of celery stick, piece of apple, and they learn to chew. Another reason why a lot of people go chew, chew, swallow, chew, chew, swallow, chew, chew, swallow is because their first food as baby was slop. Got that? Just slop. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I was reading some accounts of dentists. In fact, I quoted one Scottish dentist in my book, Sustain Me. He claims that a lot of gum and teeth and jaw development problems are happening because people don't eat enough crunchy food. It's like if the little 2-year-old, they're hungry and breakfast not quite ready, give them an apple. Don't peel it, don't core it, give them an apple. Because guess what? They'll work it out.